Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to another episode of Epic Battle Fantasy 4. In the last episode, we have entered the jungle, and we noticed up ahead here that there was a bit of a gauntlet of enemies we'd have to deal with here. So let's go take care of them. Oh yeah, this is a very large gauntlet, so I get the feeling we're going to be here for a while, so let's whip out that scan bot and get started on some things. So I'd say it'll probably be a good idea to immediately get our defenses up for safety purposes. And then we can think about where we want to go from there. It'll definitely be the best option to keep our defenses high and think carefully about what we want to do here. To get started, why don't we focus on those widespread fire attacks? So we can take care of those bushes on screen. These guys should be weak to earth attacks, right? Alright, so Gaia Blossom should be pretty good. As for the new enemies, we have the Leaf Turtles. A defensive foe which uses earth and poison attacks, has low evade, and can buff itself. Okay, so that makes these guys a little bit of a dangerous threat. Nonetheless, they should go down fairly easily. Oh, there goes Matt with the counter. No legs with the random casting, too. Alright, this turn, I think I want Natalie to perform Heal More on the group, as well as mainly so she can heal herself. Then we can... Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep focusing my attacks on one specific target. That way, then... Anna can focus one of her own attacks on one of these guys. I think I want to focus a Frost Arrow towards this one. There we go. I always like the moves that allow you to basically prevent your opponents from attacking. And the poison on Natalie is cured, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, one more of these attacks should finish this guy off, allowing us to move on to wave number 2, and oh yikes. You guys know how much I don't like these guys, so let's think carefully here about what we want to do next. These guys have a variety of effects and weaknesses, so let's focus solely on those plants, because those plants are the devastating guys that I'm worried about. Everyone else, I'd say, are mostly defense-focused, so let's focus a flame attack on this flower down here, and then Anna, you're gonna... Yeah, cast Freeze on that one. So that way I shouldn't need to worry about those guys. Okay, I'm a bit worried here, because this particular plant is known particularly for, well, being quite dangerous. Okay, one of the plants are down, so let's see if we can finish the other one off this turn. With an Eruption. Is that enough? Of course not. I was hoping that I could use a turn towards keeping... I know Natalie needs to get healed. Why don't we do a widespread flame attack so we can get that plant off the screen, and then focus a turn towards casting Refresh on Natalie. Then we can focus the next few turns towards... Oh! Yeah, I saw that coming. I knew the moment it was walking up to Anna that she was, like, guaranteed to die. Okay, I want to focus freezing attacks on that particular enemy, because that one can be quite the annoyance, if not left unfrozen, and it's still alive anyway. So we are in a bit of trouble here, and I don't want to waste my healing items just yet. And they have high stats too, so we're in a bit of trouble. Okay, they're highly weak to holy attacks, so... How strong is my regular attack? Let's cast a regular attack on the main guy for now. Yep, Anna's dead again. Couldn't really do anything, but here we are. Alright, let's focus less towards trying to do the whole freeze strategy that I was doing, and try focusing on keeping everyone healed here. So Anna, you heal yourself. Why don't we have Matt focus his turn towards getting physical defense up, because these guys mainly have strong physical attacks, So I'm certain we should be mostly fine as long as we keep our physical attacks high. Because now I have a chance for Natalie to cast a widespread healing. Though I think this turn I want to have Natalie focus on getting the magic defense up. And then why don't we have Matt cast Power Metal so everyone can heal up a little bit. Doesn't heal much, but heals something at least. And deals a bit of damage to our opponents. And we do still have our counters and random chance attacks too. Okay. Good, we managed to all survive this turn, allowing me to focus back on going all out. Although Anna's now at full health, so... or at full limit break power. So I'm gonna probably want to begin thinking about when the best time to unleash her attack is. I think for this turn, I'm gonna cast Gaia Blossom so we can take out that turtle as well as have a chance of tiring out the other two. And Natalie is dead. Good thing I stocked up on plenty of items when we first entered this place. Alright then. Let's get Natalie off the screen for a while and whip out Lance. Lance could use some of the action. Lance can't really do much here, though, considering the weaknesses of this particular enemy. So why don't we focus this turn towards casting a Bullet Hell on this guy over here for some decent damage. Then cast a Frost Arrow on him to freeze him. This is only the second wave, I'd like to remind everyone. Yeah, this is only the second wave, so we still have a long ways to go till this fight's over. Alright, so let's have Matt unleash a regular attack. Natalie, why don't you heal everyone this turn? And then Anna, you freeze him. Or just kill him. And of course it's a singular enemy, which means that the next opponent we go up against is going to be tough. Hang on, I got a quick message here. Alright. Nothing too important, I just nothing that'll really slow down the video. Just a bit of a friend of mine. As long as they don't try to start a conversation at this time as I'm in the middle of recording, we should be good. Alright, why don't we focus this turn towards buffing up all of our stats. Alright, we're good now, so let's go ahead and begin the next part of the battle. I actually think it'll be better to have Natalie be the attacker this turn. So just go ahead and finish him off. So weak that I just needed a regular attack to finish him off. And oh boy, we got a ton of tough-looking opponents on screen. I think my main focus, though, is going to be getting rid of that healing flower, because that one is definitely going to be our most dangerous on-screen threat. So let's go ahead and cast Eruption on it. And then, Anna, let's see what you can do here. You could do quite a few things here. I think, if anything, let's cast some vines. That should take care of it. Okay. The healing plant is down, so we don't have to worry about any of these tougher enemies healing, because these are tough enemies that a healing enemy would not be... Oh, no. I get the feeling that one of us is going to die, and of course it had to be Anna. It's always Anna that keeps dying. Because, like, out of all of our characters, Natalie always seems to be getting the short end of everything. Alright, so Anna, why don't you cast a refresh on yourself? And Lance, you start focusing some attacks towards these other enemies. How are their electric attacks? Okay, they're like that. So I think I'll want to focus a, I don't know. I could consider this attack, but that's a fairly weak attack. Let's focus on a plasma field on this guy over here, because that guy... Everyone's currently has the wet status effect. which is going to make fire attacks weak. Alright. What's the turtle going to do? I get the feeling it's going to do something that's going to kill everyone. Okay, no. Everyone is still alive. So we're able to continue our onslaught. Alright. This thing over here is weak. So let's cast a plasma field to finish it off. And then hurry up and get our physical defenses up so we don't have to worry about any dangerous attacks. These guys are putting a high emphasis... These guys put a high emphasis off physical attacks. Especially when it does stuff like that, which can be quite dangerous. So we're going to want to take these guys out quickly. And everyone is dangerously low on health, too. So why don't we have Matt cast Dispel on these guys, because I'm a bit worried about those particular stat buffs. And then why don't we whip out Natalie, since Lance is currently dangerously low on health. And focus, let's focus on the big green bush. That's, out of all the targets, that one's definitely the most dangerous one on screen. And cast some more vines, which unfortunately is not enough to finish it off. I mean that we're about to get, we're probably going to get some more characters that are going to be dying this turn. Yep, especially with an attack like that. Natalie's once again dead. I am really getting annoyed by Natalie always being the one dying, because, like, Natalie's the one with the revive spell. So it's like, we need Natalie alive, so Natalie can be the one to revive everyone. And then, of course, Natalie ends up being the only one who keeps dying, which is kind of a problem here. Alright, you know, I'm going to have Anna focus this turn towards trying to get Matt's MP back up, because Matt is actually fairly low on MP, and I feel like we're going to need some of Matt's abilities for the remainder of the fight. Even though we're getting close to being done, I just have a hunch feeling that we're going to need those stats. Alright, now we can, let's focus on this guy while his defenses aren't buffed. And then focus all out on taking out these remaining, these smaller side enemies. While they aren't, while they remain not much of a threat. Alright, that just leaves the main turtle. Alright, so I'm gonna have Natalie be the one that focuses towards healing and stuff. Anna... I think I'm gonna save Anna for going last. I am actually gonna use our Cataclysm attack, because that will deal more damage. And then we're gonna freeze him, since that has the very likely chance of preventing him from even getting a turn. And with that, that ends that battle. Alright, moving on. We have another wave of enemies, so I'm going to take a moment to see if there's anything we can upgrade here while we're down for a moment. Let's see here. Anything that Matt could maybe upgrade that might be useful? At the moment, not really. I mean, I know Fright is a fairly useful ability, so I can guess we can upgrade that, since it's capable of debuffing your opponent's magic defense. And why don't we upgrade Unleash? That seems to be everything for Matt, and currently for every character. So let's go ahead and, while Natalie's regenerating her MP, I'm going to go ahead and start the next battle. Someone had a bit too much free time on Halloween. Giant fruit doesn't scare me. I'll put you in my belly. Alright, let's have Matt go ahead and get the defenses up. Anna, you focus your attacks on one of these two enemies. Why don't we focus on it dealing with you over there, since you can... Wow, one hit was all that took. And I forgot what I wanted Lance to do. Well, anyway, I'm going to try quickly taking that enemy over there out, because that enemy has some dangerous physical attack power. Alright, so that takes care of those guys, leaving only the one big enemy on screen. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this guy a scan to see what we're up against. Because this looks like that this is, I think, based off of one of the first bosses back in Epic Battle Fantasy 3. This is Jack, a robot that was carved from a pumpkin. It uses mostly non-elemental and fire attacks, summons steel fish, and drill bots. Okay, so this guy has a high emphasis on bomb attacks, so why don't we have Lance whip out his air strikes for this fight, and have Anna focus a bit towards support. Maybe we also consider getting... What was that? Only a few turns in and everyone is already dead. Okay, well that was quick. What just happened there? Alright, well... Let's keep everyone healed up here, because I don't want anyone dying on me now. Let's keep the defenses high, considering the fact that this is basically like a boss-like enemy. And oh dear, Matt is... These guys are going berserk. So why don't we cast Purify so these characters have a chance to take their turn. Let's whip out Lance so Lance can get revived by Natalie. And then we really need to get Anna healed up, because Anna is about to die. So why don't we have Anna consume a coconut. Alright, what's this boss gonna do next? It can summon allies? This is basically an entire boss. That's not good. Alright, let's hurry up and dispel these guys, because it's gonna be a problem. Of course, one of them doesn't get dispelled. Alright, but let's whip out some magic defense, because I get the feeling that what caused me to take high damage there was that some of this boss's attacks can, like, deal high damage and stuff. This thing doesn't have a weakness to getting tired, so it might be a good idea to try Gaia Bloom on this thing. Although there are other enemies on screen that I should probably focus on keeping them at bay, as long as they remain on screen. So why don't we go ahead and try that? And of course, I'm pretty sure my friend is trying to start a conversation. Let's see here. Well, at least that's what it feels like to me. Okay, let's keep high-level healing spells going and keep the defenses high. Alright, let's go ahead and get you stunned. And then that just leaves Matt to be able to focus direct attacks on the boss against Jack. In terms of the attacks Matt has, the ones that deal high damage aren't very good ones, because I only have... Well, actually, Big Spark deals fairly decent damage, so I guess that'll work for now. Okay, a Delta weak attack this turn, so I'm a bit lucky here. But yeah, I'm mainly gonna focus strong attacks on Jack himself, and I'm gonna ignore attacking this guy mainly because I know that his the counterattack he does when destroyed. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus attack specifically towards Jack. Although it is starting to become a bit more of a threat, so why don't we whip out Lance at this time and have him start whipping out some air... Okay, first things first, Dispel to get rid of that Brave status effect, because that Brave status effect is quite dangerous. Then we cast some air strikes. Ah, yes, that's the strong attack. Bit of damage, but nothing dangerous. Then stun you, so you're not much of a danger. Alright, here, why don't we keep Matt healed, then cast another air strike. Yeah, another strong one. which also leaves Lance dangerously staggered. Why don't we go ahead and get another protection back up, so we can have some high defense from it. And of course, it's a strong attack that kills nearly everyone. Why am I not surprised? Did it before, and it always seems to do that attack whenever Lance is out. So once again, I'm kind of left on my own here to survive. So let's keep everyone healed. And why don't we cast another physical defense buff? Just to be additionally safe. And it keeps whipping out that Brave status effect. I gotta get rid of that. Alright, cast Brave. So we can, of course the one on the main boss doesn't go away. Which is of course a big problem, since that, as I believe, let's see here, deals more critical hits and cannot be hit by critical hits. That's what Brave does. It's a very unlikable ability, is what it is. Anna can't do a whole lot useful here. I would be down, though, for trying to get it tired to see if I can weaken the accuracy of its attacks. Yeah, let's go with that strategy, seeing how that seems to be working much better than what I was doing beforehand. Yeah, that'll work much better. Should consider upgrading Heal more at some point. Alright, let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's keep trying to dispel our main enemy. Alright, it's dispelled, allowing us to do a few things now. I know Aqua Arrow is a strong attack that Anna has. What else does Anna have? Anna's physical attacks are fairly weak. Aqua Arrow would be pretty good against an enemy like this. So why don't we cast an Aqua Arrow against him? Because I really want to focus attacks solely towards the main boss. Alright, so let's make sure Anna keeps working on Heal more. Anna, let's whip out another Gaia Bloom to ensure that it remains tired and continues to have a hard time hitting us. And then Matt, while we're still in the safe zone, go ahead and consume an ice cream. I just noticed that Lance is still dead too, so maybe I quick take a turn to get Lance revived. Yeah, let's quick take this turn to get Lance revived while he's... as long as we're continuing to have him off screen. I would think Lance would be the more useful character here, but seeing how he doesn't have very useful stat buffs abilities, and he always gets hit pretty hard by some of these attacks, it's more useful to have this trio out here, since they have all the stat buff moves. Alright, and then keep focusing high on... actually, being wet, it allows Spark Arrow to deal high damage, but for now, I think I want to keep at it with the Spark Arrow. Or no, Aqua Arrow, sorry. Because then we can have some instances where... and of course, Natalie gets stunned. Meaning that Natalie is basically useless this turn. Meaning that we're likely going to have a turn where Lance is once again going to die. At least Lance can take this turn towards trying to focus an airstrike towards Jack this turn. Which I guess that'll be a little bit useful. I guess we can also take this turn to get our defenses up a little bit. As well as consider some other characters here that maybe should get healed up. I'm fairly certain, though, that Lance is probably going to die again. Oh no, Lance survived. I do think we should get Natalie back out now that Natalie's no longer stunned. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright, let's focus on an all-out attack on Jack this turn. You cast that. Natalie, you cast a bomb attack. And then Matt, you cast the big spark. That'll deal some good damage. Watch, these guys are going to focus all their attacks on Matt, just so he can get killed. Alright, heal up Matt this turn. Matt, you dispel them because that high critical hit chance and high defense is a bit of a problem. And then, actually, Natalie, why don't you focus this turn towards getting the magic defense back up? I like to keep defenses high. And I think I made a good choice by doing that. Alright, we need to keep his accuracy low, so let's keep getting him tired. Allowing us to continue unleashing some strong attacks against him. So let's keep at it. Ooh, and it's staggered too. So stagger and the Aqua Effect and critical hit there. That's some good damage. Whoa, okay. And, of course, once again, Natalie is dead. This is really going to continue being a problem, isn't it? Well, that means, once again, we need to focus towards getting our defenses up. I don't know why I didn't just try using Limit Breaks. I feel like that would have made this fight go a bit faster. Well, we're still doing fine. I think I'm going to get rid of you, though, because you killed Natalie. And of course it doesn't even matter, he just whips out backup right away. What a waste of a move. I mean, it didn't get the chance to attack, but still though, it kinda didn't like that happened. Alright, but let's keep the attack on the main enemy high here, so that way it continues to take damage. There we go. Alright, whip out those defense buffs. Anna, you cast a... Let's cast a Spark Arrow on that enemy so he can't do anything to us. Oh, you made a big mistake doing that. Because now, Natalie, it can unleash more powerful attacks with her stat buffs. Almost there. Just a little more, and then we'll have them defeated. Alright, once again, dispel those buffs, and of course the one on the main boss fails. So I think at this time, I'll try go ahead and getting him tired again. And then just continue focusing hard on strong attacks. And once again, Natalie is stunned, meaning that he's probably going to unleash that strong attack again, which always leads to Lance getting taken out instantly. So at this time, I'm going to have Anna heal herself, because I know she always easily gets killed by this, and just focus all out on unleashing some strong attacks. So specifically the Air Strike for high damage. Of course, it's specifically on Lance, but doesn't matter anyway. He's going to unleash a strong attack that takes them out. Oh, no, he didn't unleash that attack. Okay. Alright, maybe we have a chance here. Let's cast... let's continue casting some things here. Just go all out on the attack here to see if we can beat him. Because I get the feeling we're very close to finishing him off. Cast Aqua Arrow, since that deals good damage. And then, is that enough? Unfortunately not. Okay, this next attack should be enough. Alright, he's out of here. Fortunately, though, Anna does not have enough MP for anything anymore, so all that Anna can do at this point is just defend. And now Matt's stunned, so now we just have Lance and Natalie to work with here. Alright, a regular attack from Anna should finish them off. There we go. Yikes, a full 30 minutes just for those 2 encounters. Well, at least we're through it, and Let's see how we do here. Have you been looking for eggs? You'll need them for some quests, and make sure to check out those big red flowers. Some of them are ready to be picked. Okay. Also, I think over here is a, yeah, slime bunny, so now our HP is fully restored, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We have a few enemies over here. I think these are new enemies too, so yeah, these are brand new enemies that I believe are highly weak to bomb attacks. So I'm gonna have Natalie be the one to scan, and then I'll have these are the clay idols, an energetic but weak jungle enemy. It uses earth and poison attacks. And green clays, a bow-wielding warrior which uses poison attacks. These guys have a strong emphasis on poison attacks, it seems. Let's start out with the clay soldiers. Or widespread all of them, that works too. And then a Gaia Blossom should deal widespread damage to take out those idols. Yep, that's definitely high poison. Let's get that out of here. Then, let's cast Lumber, since that's a strong earth attack, to finish that guy off. And then, okay, now we have some more enemies to deal with. I've dealt with worse, though, so I'm not too worried. Oh, they can also inflict... What was that? They took us out real quickly. Okay, yikes. We're in a bit of trouble. And, of course, Natalie's the one who's dead again. It's always Natalie that's the one who's dead. Why is it always Natalie? I don't get it. Alright. Widespread healing. We gotta focus on sustaining ourselves this turn. And then, let's think here. We gotta think of a strong attack here on these guys. Though I don't think we have anything too useful. Yeah, Anna doesn't have anything useful here. So I think we'll just focus towards a Gaia Blossom. Even though I don't think the effects of Tired will add up that much. And I get the feeling that Anna's about to die. Yep, Anna's dead. Yikes, man. This is getting to be much tougher than I expected. Alright, we need a widespread attack. Let's get Lance out here to cast an air strike. And of course that wasn't enough. Alright, another widespread attack should finish off a few of them. Leaving only 2 left now. So I'm not too worried now, although I get the 2 characters dead now. Come on! I mean, it's and they're not even gonna get XP because, of course, they died. Hate it when that happens. Alright, what's up ahead here? There's one of the flowers that can be picked, and we have an enemy in our path. There was a slime bunny over here at least, so we can use that to get our health back up. So we can go ahead and get straight into this encounter, not have to put up with waiting to start the fight. And, of course, a full 3-way. Lots of fighting this episode. There's getting to be a lot more fighting than I expected this episode. I know a lot of this game is about the fighting and stuff, but yikes, is there a lot of it. Alright, that should finish off the other clay, allowing us to focus our attacks on the rest of the enemies. And, of course, these guys aren't weak to earth attacks, so I'm on my own to think about what to unleash here. Alright, oh, they are highly... Well, the slimes aren't very dangerous, so why don't we focus attacks towards taking out these guys over here? So these guys are the legitimate danger here. The slimes are usually easy to take out. Did it just absorbed NP from us? Okay, yeah, it's a good thing we went after those idols, because they are much more dangerous than I expected. Actually, it'll be much easier if we do this. I knew that would be a strong attack on them. Alright, these guys are highly weak to ice attacks, as well as, of course, fire attacks, considering the fact they're slimes. Alright, so one ice attack, or frost arrow, should freeze the sky, or just take him out. That works too. Okay, I'm a bit worried with the fact that, okay, now that's teamwork. We should launch each other like that. I volunteer to go first. Alright. I can't really have Lance do anything, because Lance is all out of MP. Speaking of, I should really make sure that I take those idols out to ensure they don't drain more. So let's have... Yeah, let's focus all out on attacking those guys, because I really don't want them draining any more of that. Wow, one hit. I know they'd be fairly tough. Are you kidding me right now? Every time, it's always Natalie who dies. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to whip out Lance, since Lance can't really do much. So that way we can have Lance be the one to use some items here. Alright, now we can attack one of the idols. And then next turn we can take them out. What's that? Oh, good. It's stunned. That gives me some time to prepare our stats for the next wave. But man, it is a very good thing I stocked up on some coffees before we entered this place, because we would have been in for a tough fight otherwise. Alright, that should be good. Let's go ahead and start the encounter. That wasn't enough? Alright, well, let's get an additional defense boost in place to really max out our defense then. Alright, it's fine. You're not very dangerous. And Natalie has a defense buff anyway. And it's stunned again. Except no legs unleashed an attack starting the next phase. And if, of course, it's something where Lance would be more useful. Something that's weak to fire and bomb attacks. Alright, I guess Natalie's fireball is just as strong. So let's do Firestorm, so we can deal widespread damage here. I am going to put a high emphasis, though, on attacking those clay soldiers, considering the fact that they're the real danger here. I think a Swift Slash should take that other guy down. Alright. Leaving only one clay next. Just a few enemies to go. Ooh, lucky med pack drop, yes! Alright. Continue focusing on the widespread fire damage, because that's good stuff right there. I think I know what I want Matt to do, so let's focus you on taking out that remaining clay. So now we can focus all out on attacks that damage the big slime. This guy's weak. This guy's very weak to being frozen, so let's go ahead and have Natalie and Matt focus highly on fire attacks, and then we can have Hannah freeze it. Alright. That ought to take it down. There we go. Of course, nowhere near as much XP as our last encounter, where 2 of our characters had to die. And I didn't get to read that. The smell should never be smelled by mortals. These flowers are out to kill us. I better get out my gas mask. I like the smell. Is that weird? No offense, but you live in a tree. That's... Okay, let's not bring in that kind of politics stuff. Well, at least I don't need a large chest to get people to like me. I can earn respect legitimately. Another low blow. Catfight. Meow? Whatever. I'll stick to that red flower down. Yikes, lots of... For a group of party members, these guys, spark some interesting conversations. I'm certain when she was mentioning the large chest, she was probably just referring to a, as in like in Minecraft chests. I'm sure it was nothing bad. It's quite interesting that... Alright, let's see what we got here. We have a few directions we can go in here. A few of them look like they'll be fairly easy. Because this one... Okay, that one down there, I think. I can easily just... Okay, we'll move that one that way. Also, I guess while we're here, we can go ahead and fight some of those enemies, so... I guess we can take these guys out before we finish the puzzle. Although there sure are a lot of them here. Oh, they are weak to dark attacks, though, so this would be a good opportunity to whip out Fright on that guy there. Considering how weak they are to dark attacks. And then let's check out the new Pulsar move that we have, because that's a widespread dark magic attack. Then we can have Anna whip out an Aqua Arrow to finish that guy off. That should finish it off, right? And nope, it doesn't, unfortunately. Well, what I can... Oh, that's right, this guy deals high level... It self-destructs at the end of the fight. Forgot about that part. Also, I just realized there's 3 waves to this. An individual encounter that doesn't really do much has 3 waves to it. Seems a little bit excessive to me. As long as it's nothing too difficult, I'm fine with it. Come on now. Come on. Alright. Let's get Matt back out here and have him just cast a regular attack on you. Well, actually, no, I want to focus this turn towards getting our defenses up, because I have no idea what to expect for the next wave. So let's do that. Yep, figured that would happen eventually. Allowing us to encounter new enemies. Okay, let's go ahead and have Matt be the one to scan them. There is a lot of fighting we've been doing today, and very little forward progress. The Emerald Rune, an ancient ornament which uses earth attacks. Okay. A few interesting weaknesses here. Is there any weakness they share in common? Yes, it's their weakness to bombs, is what it is. As well as water, except we don't have any widespread water attacks here. So let's focus on a big blast that's able to deal widespread bomb damage. Although I probably could also have done a fire attack. Oh well. As long as our defenses are high, that's what matters to me. Because, yeah, you can tell these guys are whipping out some strong attacks. Meaning that we gotta... It's always Natalie that dies. That's really getting on my nerves because, like, I used nearly half of my coffees this episode. And it's always been for Natalie because Natalie keeps dying. Alright, these guys need to go down. That's my main target, is taking down those guys. Let's take that guy down, though, just in case he ends up being more dangerous. But yeah, this is going to be what I focus on these next few turns, because I'm very tired of seeing Natalie always be the one to die. And then, why don't we cast Flood on this guy? I know Matt's water attacks aren't too strong, but it's still something. And of course we have a dangerous-looking wave of enemies here. So they're all weak to earth attacks, though, so we can try weakening them with that. Though I can already tell that one of us is going to get killed by that black clay, because it always... oh, that was an instant death attack, is what that was. It's always those black clays that are the real danger here. So let's get Natalie out and prepare a revive spell. Alright, Anna, you heal yourself. And then we're going to focus all out on attacks that take out that black clay. Actually, no. These guys... Well, actually, it's just as weak, so I think it'll be the better option to focus... Yeah, normal attack, considering the fact that our current weapon is just as strong, so it would be best that we just stick to a normal attack for now. Not this time. Anna's blessed. You won't be getting us with that again. Although now we do need to heal up. Alright, also you need to go down at some point. Because you're getting to be real annoying. Nice counter, Matt. Alright, a few more attacks should finish these guys off. Good. Still not much XP. And I'm pretty sure they just reset the puzzle, didn't they? Yep, they just reset the puzzle on me. Alright. I'm gonna think carefully here about where I want to go. So why don't we bring you up here? Allowing me to... Oh, that's a corner? I didn't even notice that. I didn't know bringing this down here would get it stuck. Of course, all because the puzzle had to reset. That now it's stuck. Alright. Please tell me there's not as many waves this time. Okay, only 2 waves this time. It is still quite a lot. Alright, Lance, you cast the airstrikes on these guys. I'm getting real tired of all of this. I just want to get through these guys real quickly at this point. Alright, I do want to take these guys down, but I do want to see who they are first to fill out that data entry, which is likely going to mean that one of us is going to most likely die within this encounter. I'm calling it now, at least one of us is going to die. That's always how it goes whenever I leave one of these clay soldiers alive. Okay, no, we're all alive here. I was expecting at least one of us to die, but it seems we're all okay. Alright, let's get that healing going. And let's see who these guys are. These are the yellow clays, a spear-wielding warrior which uses thunder attacks. Alright. Well, you guys are going down. Thanks to that. Wow, that was strong. And, of course, we have more enemies to deal with now. Okay. And, of course, Anna's the only one that's still functional at this point. Let's whip out Matt so we can at least get some defense up. Because I know these guys whip out strong physical attacks, and I know it's very likely one of them is going to die to the black clay soldier. And they're whipping up they're buffing up their attack power, or evasion. Which is going to be a little bit of a problem here. Alright, let's start by continuing to go after continuing to unleash some airstrikes here. Unfortunately, the clay soldier is being a bit difficult to hit because of their evasion buff, as well as those green guys getting everyone tired all the time, which is getting to... I swear, it's always Natalie who's the one who dies. Why is it always Natalie who dies? I don't get it. Every time, it's always Natalie. Every single time. And it is really getting on my nerves how many times Natalie has died today. And we had to waste a coffee just to get Natalie back up. Okay, at least we're reasonably okay now that we can start taking out the... Thought we were doing fine. thought we were doing fine. These guys are being a lot more of a nuisance than I expected. We only need one more hit to take them out. Come on. Shouldn't be that hard to finish them off now. Okay, 2 of them got finished off, but there's still 1 who's alive. Should have probably got rid of that tired effect as soon as possible. Nonetheless, we got rid of all the enemies on screen. Okay, I now know that that leads us into a corner, so we have to move that block upwards. Otherwise, yeah, we can't go anywhere. This one can only be moved left, meaning that there's a limited number of spaces here we can go in. I can tell this will also get our boxes corner, so going through this passageway is a huge no-no. So our limited amount of options leaves us with only a little bit to work with here. So I think our best option will be to... We've got a box all the way down in this corner from this direction, and work our way through it one piece at a time. And then bring that guy down there, and that should take care of it. Okay. I was unaware that those were corners last time. We have the Gem Idol pet. Targets all foes, hits 5 times. Ooh, high power physical wind damage. That's what that is. And a golden key, meaning that we can now open up that door back at the town. And now we have a couple of paths we can take here. So, let me think here where I might want to go next. I think we'll want to go down next, maybe? Because I think this guy's guarding the key to walking on the lily pads, if I remember correctly. Though I could be wrong, so I'd say these last couple of encounters here are going to be where I'm going to finish off the episode at. It's just been encounter after encounter this episode today. Quite interesting. And we have new enemies on screen, so let's go ahead and give them a scan. What do we got here? We have the Muddy Bush, a slightly stronger version of the Green Bush. Okay, so nothing dangerous, basically. Just the usual today. Pretty sure I could easily airstrike all of these guys. Or yeah, use Bullet Hell as well. That'll also work. Oh, that actually wasn't enough to take them all out. I thought for sure that would be enough. And they're really focusing their attacks towards Lance. Wow. Unfortunately, Lance did not get healed at all, so I'm a bit under the impression that Lance is going to die in this turn. Alright, let's at least heal him up, though. And these guys put a high emphasis on physical attacks, I'm pretty sure, so let's get some physical defense up. So we don't have to worry too much about physical attacks, which I believe is the main force for most of these enemies. So with that, we won't have to worry about anyone dying. And a lucky med pack that drops that. So we even further don't have to worry about anyone dying. And let's whip out those airstrikes. Alright, okay, those guys aren't weak to earth attacks. So let's have Matt whip out some sort of attack on them. Let's go with... Let's see, a widespread poison attack. Matt doesn't have any widespread poison attacks, though. I guess Screamer would be pretty good. And then we can cast... what is... Okay, complete resistance to wind attacks, so... Anna's really not useful here. I guess we can cast Vines and deal some decent damage to one of these guys for poison damage. We won't be able to take anyone out this turn. Because they're really trying to weaken our physical attack. Alright, so we'll want a high emphasis on high-level magic attacks then. If that's going to be the case. That way we can cast some strong airstrikes here and finish them off. Why that? Alright, finish the strong guys off. Now we just have the muddy bushes, which should go down easily. Like, I'm pretty sure I could just finish them off with regular attacks at this point. Considering how weak these guys are. Yep! Regular attacks finish them off. Alright, is there anything upwards, though, before I go too far ahead? So I'm certain that contains the ability to walk on lily pads. Or is it that I'm going to need the ability to walk on lily pads to get through here? Let's see here. Okay. This gives us, ooh, the Rune Blade. I do like the Rune Blade weapon. May siphon targets, drains MP from targets with certain skills, boosts the powerfully skills, may cast glitter with certain skills. This is one of my favorite weapons in the game right here. Alright, so before we go any further, we do have another slime kitty over here. Not that many left to find at this point. So with that being said, I am going to go back down this way to face this enemy, because I'm pretty sure that that chest right there contains our ability to walk on lily pads. Now let's check out that sword too, because I know for a fact that I like this weapon. And considering its abilities compared to the Heaven's Gate, Heaven's Gate is usually a rather good weapon, but I do think I, at the moment, prefer the Rune Blade. High magic attack, resistance to being siphoned and dispelled, and the one thing that always makes me like the Rune Blade is its ability to drain MP from targets. So not as strong physical attack power as Heaven's Gate, but definitely some strong physical attack, some decently strong magic attacks, as well as some other things that just makes me prefer it. Do we have any useful, like, other abilities here? Sticker that boosts evade. We have a sticker that boosts evade, and we've never been bothering to use it till now. I'm tired. We don't really have any fire-based attacks, so something like that would definitely be useful for us. Yeah, let's go with that, since it directly boosts evade. Alright, let's take on this encounter, because I know we're pretty much at the point where I should probably be considering ending the episode here, but I am in a position where I'm certain that behind that barrier contains a useful upgrade, and I want it. Alright, that just leaves Anna. I'm pretty sure, similar to the regular Muddy Slams, I'm pretty sure this guy can probably be frozen. So this guy just looks like a tougher version of the Muddy Bushes. So I'm certain I should just be able to do that. Then we can whip out the good old scan bot to see what we're up against here. This is the big Muddy Bush. A huge version of the Muddy Bush uses earth and bomb attacks, can buff other foes, summons cat soldiers, and muddy bushes. So this guy looks like it's going to be pretty tough, so let's go with some widespread fire attacks. And then focus on freezing the big one every turn with Anna. That'll get me through this wave easily. Of course, Anna gets hit. Why don't we whip out Lance for this? I feel like Lance would be a useful party member since he can focus attacks solely on the big bush. Matt can focus his attacks on an individual enemy like that one over there. And then Anna can unleash a freeze arrow to keep freezing. And, of course, this is the one turn it doesn't get frozen. Meaning that I'm going to need to take a bit of time to get through this. Luckily, Lance didn't get hit too hard. So we can just keep focusing those strong attacks on the big bush. And it should eventually go down this turn. Once again, it gets frozen. Oh, yikes. Don't go after Lance, folks. Yeah, you also made the same mistake. You went after Lance. and that. Okay. So a good turn, I will say. Alright, let's go ahead and finish off this bush with a strong level fire attack. That takes care of that. And we have more fire enemies to deal with now. At least the jellyfish can be stunned and stuff. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. I don't have any widespread poison attacks. So why don't we go with Hurricane this turn so we can take out that one muddy bush and deal some decent damage to some of the other enemies. Alright. Now, we can just each turn focus our attacks on an individual target. Why don't we just whip Lance back out for this, considering the fact that he's got the bullet hell ability that can just high damage and they're out of here. And then another frost arrow on one of these guys. So we've got an entire turn to ourselves. And one of them is stunned, giving us a bit of a turn here to be able to do that. And now we have some time to raise some of our stats. So like always, let's get those defense boosters in place. Alright, let's cast Heal More. Do I want Anna to cast anything? Why don't we have Anna prepare a Reflex? And then what do I want Matt to do? I think why don't we just have a regular attack for Matt? So that way next turn, you know, we'll just have to finish them off here. Stunned again. I do think, though, that I'm just going to take this time to go ahead and initiate the next wave, so we're not here forever. We do have a lot here. Okay. High weakness to lightning, so let's cast a Thunderstorm. One of them managed to get stunned. Let's freeze you. This is another instance where I feel like having Lance around might have been a bit useful. Let's actually cast Screamer since that weakens their magic defense. These guys don't have much of a weakness to hurricanes. Why don't we cast that? Then, next turn, we just gotta hit them with a singular attack, and they'll be good. Alright, hit them with that Swift Slash. How did that not take them out? Well, maybe not that, but this will finish them off. Oh, two of you this wave. Okay, that complicates things. And of course I don't have Lance for this. Let's take a turn to whip out Lance so we can at least start this turn with a decent hit. Starting with you. Oh, not that attack. I always hate that attack. Okay, I'm okay with the morale attack. That's a fine attack. I'm a bit worried now to have Lance out on the screen, so let's go ahead and get the main group back together. Alright, that'll finish those two guys out. And they're siphoned now, so I don't have to worry about magic attacks for a couple of turns. And one of them's now frozen, so we're good there. Nice try. Now let's focus on some high-level flame attacks. There we go. Feel the burn. Oh wait, no, that's not a frost arrow. We want that. I get that they're Siphon, but they keep unleashing that attack in particular. Which is a bit of a annoyance, I'd say. How strong is my Cataclysm? I wouldn't say too much stronger that it's worth saving up for. So let's go ahead and just do that. Okay, good, that one's down. So now I can cast a Frost Arrow here to freeze that one, and take this turn to heal. Allowing me to focus the rest of the fight towards finishing you off. So let's whip out our strongest fire attack damage dealers, which will be Lance, Matt, and then use Anna to freeze it. This combo basically makes it to where I have guaranteed victory. Okay, a few annoyances this episode, but at least this last encounter went fairly good. And with that, right here should be the Leafy Boots. Allows the party to walk on lily pads. We can now walk on these lily pads right here, so we can get stuff like the Sub-Zero gun here. We can get this over here. Lots of things we can now get our hands on now that we have the ability to walk on lily pads. Also, there's this little... we now have this shortcut opened up, allowing us to return to the village anytime. Do we have any side quests we need to finish at this time? There was someone that... okay, there's a couple of characters back at the other village, as well as that character that needed some bacon. So let's quick head over there. I know I'm extending this episode for a bit of a while now, but I'm in the mood. And then... oh yeah, that's right, we have the golden key now. Well, a golden key. Meaning that we can unlock this now, granting us access to this. Elixir of Life, a legendary potion said to grant immortal life. Unfortunately, that is not a item we can use. That is just a miscellaneous item. We have a Silver Cross Flare, which increases Dark and Curse resistance. The Blue Dress Armor, a water-resistant dress, randomly casts Cloud Burst between turns. We had that over there that we never picked up. Where were the quests, though? I want to find the characters that were involved in a quest of some kind. I can't remember where they were. Where were they again? Oh, they were jungle characters. I got it all wrong. Though I could at this time. I know there is... we can buy rare items from this shop. I think these guys have bacon? No, those guys don't have bacon. I know bacon is a permanent stat buff item, though, and that we are going to want it. Was it a regular food? No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure does exist, though, another rare item shop that we can use to find all of that. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, though, we do have two other characters here that we can finish their side quests for, now that we have their necessary items. And there is going to be a bit of backtracking I will be doing next episode. Oh no, wait, that's the one for the jungle, right? Yeah. Yay, these new shoes are great fun. I feel like that guy who walked on water. I don't think that is this distribution of resources very fair. I think we should each get half a shoe. Don't worry, you're doing a very important job here, Matt. If something bad were to happen to Natalie, all the world's men would grieve. It would be a tragedy. Yeah, don't you dare drop me. Well, I can't breathe if you hold on that tight. Oh, so only one party member at a time gets to use the lily pad shoes? That's funny. Okay, I need to head back to the beginning of the jungle so I can give the respective character this. Oh, nice little shortcut here. Now that we have the shoes. Alright, we just have to head back to the beginning here, and then... okay, these are the characters that have them. Looks like I can survive another day or two. Here's the stuff I found earlier. We have the Angel Pin Flare. Randomly gives the player auto-revive status. This is definitely, without question, one of the more useful flares. I really need to improve my hunting skills before I starve to death. My kins will be very happy. We have a Heart Pin, which is a pin that boosts specifically HP. Some very useful items we just got now, so I would definitely recommend giving Natalie the Angel Pin, considering the fact that it has the random chance of giving her auto-revive, which is definitely very useful, since, you know, it has the chance of automatically reviving her. As well as the Heart Pin, which boosts max HP, which will definitely be useful on characters like either Anna or Natalie, considering their abilities. I think, personally, considering the abilities that I'm putting on Natalie, I want to give her the Heart Pin, considering the fact that Natalie really could use some more health. So with that being said, though, we're in a position now where there's still a lot left to explore, as well as a bit of backtracking we can do now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here and call it an episode, considering the fact that we are way beyond what I normally like to consider the maximum amount of time for a single video. Because I really don't like it when these videos end up getting to be too long, and these kind of games always end up causing these videos to end up being too long. Nonetheless, we're still making decent progress. We haven't had too many difficulties. So next time on Epic Battle Fantasy 4, we'll do maybe a little bit of backtracking now that we have the ability to walk on lily pads, because I know there's a couple of areas that we can use them on. Then we'll continue exploring the jungle, doing maybe a little bit of backtracking there as well, since there's some areas we couldn't reach before without the lily pad shoes. Until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone!